नहीं खायो खायो नहीं नहीं बोला तो मैं क्या केक
सर जी गुड आफ्टरनून. पाटील
पगार सर गुड आफ्टरनून. गुड आफ्टरनून. कसे आहात
सर? एकदम मजेत.
वा 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 एकदम फार दिवसानंतर तुमचं दर्शन झालं बा. फार दिवसानंतर तुम्ही.
सर योग चांगला आहे ना सर?
चांगला आहे, चांगला योग चांगला आहे.
आज नवीन काहीतरी मिळणार आम्हाला.
प्रयत्न करतो. चांगलंच
थँक्यू सर. थँक्यू.
झालेला पाहिजे.
प्रयत्न नाही सर, चांगलंच होईल.
सर पहिल्या वेळेस युट्यूब पण चालू झालं बरं का, सायमल्टेनियसली पॅरलल युट्यूब पण चालू झालं.
हो का? युट्यूबला पण किती लोक कनेक्ट झालेत का काही?
ते अजून नाही कळणार, पण युट्यूब पण सायमल्टेनियसली चालू झालं.
बर 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 बर. काय नावाने?
नाही यालाच, हे अकाउंटलाच त्याला लिंक केलेलं आहे.
केलेलं आहे.
100 पार्टिसिपेंट झाले, त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त झाले युट्यूबला आणि इकडे पण दिसतील.
त्या अकाउंटचं नाव काहीतरी असेल ना युट्यूबचं?
नाही लिंक, याला लिंक करून दिलेली आहे, या झूम अकाउंटला लिंक कनेक्ट करून दिलेली आहे सर.
हो पण मग
पगार सर चार्ट मध्ये ती लिंक टाका.
चॅट मध्ये लिंक टाकून द्या.
बर,
चार्ट मध्ये एकदा लिंक टाका, म्हणजे काही लोकांना त्यात करता येईल. बरोबर.
ओके सर. ओके सर.
सर आपण एक 5 मिनिटांनी सुरू करू पाटील सर.
काहीच प्रॉब्लेम नाही सर. जगदाळे सर यायचे असतील ना अजून?
नाही झाले वाटतं जॉईन.
होऊ द्या मला काही
दिसतायत काय? येस सर.
सर होते, पण मगाशी पाहिलं मी सर होते.
सर होते का?
भामरे सर मी जॉईन आहे 5-10 मिनिटापासून.
हो सर. सर
सर सर नमस्कार. नमस्कार. वेलकम.
वेलकम. थँक्यू
सर. नमस्कार.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार. युट्यूबवर आपण आहोत. जर लाईव्ह असेल तर आपण चालू करायला हरकत नाही का?
सर जी चालू करून दिलं ते सायमल्टेनियसली.
नमस्कार जगदाळे सर.
नमस्ते. नमस्ते मॅडम.
नमस्ते सर. गुड आफ्टरनून.
हा निकम मॅडम नमस्कार.
नमस्ते सर.
नमस्कार.
तर पहिल्या कॅसला आपला रिफ्रेशर कोर्स चालू होता पंचवटी कॉलेजला. आणि त्यावेळेस आम्ही स्टेज 1 ला होतो. आता तेव्हा आपणच छान डायरेक्शन केलं. आता दुसऱ्याला पण आपलं डायरेक्शन मिळणार नक्कीच. वेल बिगिन इज हाफ डन असं म्हणतात ना, सुरुवात झालीये.
केले का जॉईन तुम्ही? हा झालंय ते. होतं काय सुरू? बरं झालं आपलं लेक्चर उठून गेलं.
हा, बोरशे मॅडम. हॅलो, बोरशे मॅडम. पाटील मॅडम.
हा सर.
हा, सुरू करायला हरकत नाही.
ओके सर.
मॅम 1 मिनिट थांबा, मी लिंक शेअर करते व्हॉट्सअप
हो
वर.
हो हो.
5 मिनिटं होल्ड करा.
हो.
व्हॉट्सअप
हो हो.
कारण
ओके,
फोन
ओके.
येत आहेत तर लिंक शेअर करा.
ओके ओके, ठीक आहे.
हा सर.
मॅडम आता फक्त ती युट्यूबची लिंक आहे ना ती शेअर करा.
1 मिनिट सर. मॅडम 5 मिनिट फक्त शेअर करते.
ओके ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
लॅपटॉप लागेलच ना. मी खबर घेऊन नाही राहिलो सांगू का. माझा जो लॅपटॉप आहे ना पहिला होता तो हिला घेऊन गेली. आता पुढच्या महिन्यात ती येईलच ना. तिला लागेल ती घेऊन, कारण तो एकदम भारी मोठा पण आहे. तो बेनिफिट आहे ना. घेऊन टाकत ठीक आहे. चिरंजीवाला काय म्हणतो.
हॅलो.
हॅलो, हा बोला ना मॅडम.
हॅलो.
बोला.
हा
सर, लिंक शेअर केली मी.
बरं, सुरू करायचं.
हा सर.
सुरू करू.
Very good morning to one and all present here. May I audible? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
येस मॅम.
Okay.
येस
Yes,
मॅम.
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here, and thank you for joining us at the national webinar on Career Advancement Scheme for Faculty, organized by Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir's Arts, Science and Commerce College, Harsol. Thank you to each and every one of you and all the respected principals of MGV and other institutes for being here today with us. Dear participants, all the participants are requested to put yourself and your mobiles on mute mode. On behalf of Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir's Arts, Science and Commerce College, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to every one of you participated in this national webinar. Today we have with us the guest of honor, Honorable Dr. B.S. Jagdale, Trustee Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. Today's speaker, Honorable Dr. A.V. Patil, Acting Principal, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Surgana. We would like to extend to you a very warm welcome, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Before we begin, let me introduce Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir, a well-known and reputed educational institution in Maharashtra. Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir Trust was founded by late Karmavir Bhausaheb Hire in the year 1952 It was founded with the motto of Bahujan Hitaya Bahujan Sukhaya, with the vision of providing education not only to tribal students, but to the society at large. This institution provides quality education and nurturing morals and inculcating ethical values within students by developing them as better citizens. Till date, MGV has spread its wings from primary education to postgraduate degrees with research-based approach and has come up with professional institutes in the field of dental, management, law, hospitality, pharmacy, agriculture, horticulture, and related research and development centers. The visionary approach of late Karmavir Bhausaheb Hire was to build MGV as an educational hub where students from backward and tribal areas can come under the umbrella for education and can achieve their passion, success, and grow to become a responsible citizen. Our Arts, Science, and Commerce College is a tribal college established in 1993 for providing higher education to the tribal and deprived students. Majority of our students are economically and socially deprived. It is run by MGV under the able guidance of General Secretary, Honorable Dr. Prashant Hire, Coordinator, Honorable Dr. Apurva Hire, and now at present, Principal Dr. R.P. Bhamre. Before we begin, let me acquaint you with what is going to happen shortly. The webinar would be included inaugural speech and then the lecture of Honorable Resource Person, Dr. A.V. Patil, followed by a question and answer session. It will take near about 2 hours span. Dear participants, if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. To keep quality of sound functional during the webinar, please mute yourself. You can use YouTube link also to join today's webinar. The webinar would prefer 2 languages, Marathi and English. Dear participants, you will get the feedback link at the end of the session in comment box. Now, without further ado, we will turn towards next part of the webinar. May I now request Dr. Poonam Bose to introduce today's guest of honor, Honorable Dr. B.S. Jagdale, Trustee, MG Vidya Mandir, to our esteemed participants and to throw some light on purpose of this webinar. Over to Bose, ma'am.
Good afternoon to all dignitaries and participants. On behalf of Academic Research Committee, Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir's Arts, Science and Commerce College, Harsul, I welcome you all to the webinar on UGC's Career Advancement Scheme for Faculty. The intention behind organizing this webinar is to appraise the fraternity of teachers about the new guidelines of UGC. Every faculty has to qualify through 5 stages to reach the position of professor. For that, we need to know what is meant by CAS, what is the concept of API score. We also need to know how many refreshers and orientation one has to complete for being eligible for promotion, what are the benefits of major and minor research project, the importance of publications and paper presentations, what should be the score in self-appraisal form, what is the difference between 6th and 7th pay commission guidelines. All of us have such questions in our mind, and due to lack of understanding and knowledge on these topics, some of us face difficulties and delay in promotion. I hope that this webinar will help all of us to clear our concepts and will provide answers to all our questions on this topic. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome our chief guest of today's webinar, Honorable Principal Dr. B.S. Jagdale is working as a trustee of Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. He is also working as principal of MGV's Arts, Science and Commerce College, Manmad. He is coordinator of Higher Education Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir, Malegaon. He is a member of College Development Committees of 9 colleges of MGV. He is member of IQAC of all colleges of MGV. He is a secretary of Principal Forum of Nashik District. He has got Education Leadership Award for contribution in the field of education on 2017. He has accounted for 2 patents. He has more than 44 publications on his name. Most importantly, he is mentor and guide to many students and teachers like me. I extend my gratitude towards Honorable Principal Jagdale sir, as in spite of his busy schedule, he is here as a chief guest to inaugurate the webinar. The presence of such a personality in a webinar is a blessing for us. I thank all of you for hearing me, and now I hand over the program to Dr. Rajni Patil. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, madam. So it's quite an exciting, and I truly hope that this webinar is informative, at the same time full of learning for all of you. So let's get started with an inaugural session. It's my privilege to invite today's guest of honor, Honorable Dr. B.S. Jagdale, for inaugural address. Over to you, sir. Dr. B.S. Jagdale, sir, is a man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas on idol of knowledge and inspiration to all of us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Patil madam. Respected Principal of Arts and Science Commerce College, Harsul, Dr. R.P. Vambre sir, our friend Dr. Arun Patil sir, Principal of Surgana College, all the participants. I think this is today's webinar is totally teacher oriented, आणि त्यामुळे सगळेच पार्टिसिपंट अतिशय उत्साहाने त्या वेबिनार मध्ये आपल्याला काय काय नवीन आयडियाज कळतील CAS साठी सहभागी झालेले सर्व पार्टिसिपंट आणि काही विद्यार्थी पण याच्यात दिसत आहे, त्यांचं मी संस्थेच्या वतीने स्वागत करतो. संस्थेने बघा 8 दिवसापूर्वी एक परिपत्रक काढलं होतं. As per this guidelines, every teacher should submit their self-appraisal form as per the guidelines given by 7th Pay Commission, and along with all necessary documents. And after that, we can find out the quality of the teachers. तो टीचर काय काय करतोय, किती पेपर पब्लिश करतोय, त्यांचा API कोर्स काय आहे त्या वर्षाचा, आणि ओव्हरऑल त्याच्यामध्ये एक
सर डिस्कनेक्ट झाले का?
अरे इसको कर रहा था नोटिस कर.
Jagdale, sir.
सर आवाज नाही येत आपला, पण काय डिस्कनेक्ट झालात की काय, नेट प्रॉब्लेम आहे? हॅलो
हॅलो.
कॉल केला तर बरं होईल सरांना. कॉल करा सर.
कॉल करू का?
हो, कॉल करा सर.
हो, sir.
मे बी आय थिंक हे डिस्कनेक्ट झालेत सर.
मी मोबाईल वरनं जॉईन झाले आता, काहीतरी
ओके
प्रॉब्लेम
ओके सर.
सॉरी फॉर दॅट. आजच्या काळाची गरज आहे की ऍज अ टीचर अपग्रेड राहणं, नाही तर काय होतं की 4 वर्ष जॉईनिंग झाल्यानंतर कळतं की आपल्याला कॅसला जायचंय आणि 6 to 7 ग्रेड पे आपल्याला जाण्यासाठी काय काय लागतंय. आणि मग पब्लिकेशन नसतं किंवा बऱ्याचशा डाटा इनकम्प्लीट असतं आणि 11th आवरला आपण त्या फाईल्स बनवतो आणि त्यानंतर जी काही धावपळ आपण बघत आलेलो आहोत सगळ्याच कॉलेजांमधली ते बघतोच आहे सगळ्या टीचरच्या बाबतीत. पण मला असं वाटतं की वी शुड फॉलो द रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन ऑफ 7th पे गाईडलाईन्स. Every year we should go for this self appraisal forms. We should fill up all the relevant documents. I think as per my point of view, second part of this self appraisal form is very important. And in second part, all the teaching methods, what type of teaching methods we are using, online method, how many we are using, how many e-contents we are generating every years, all these are details involved there. And I think we must focus on a online learnings and we should have go for the modules. Every teacher go for the modules and MOOC online programs. Then and there our teachers will get more credits. Though the second criteria score is not so important as compared to third part. But as my point of view, we must more focus on the second criteria points. As part the research part is consider आपल्याला माहिती की आर्ट सायन्स आर्टच्या लोकांचे एपीआय व्हेरिफिकेशनचे नॉब्स, कॉमर्सच्या लोकांचे पेपर पब्लिकेशन्स आणि जर्नल्स मधले नॉब्स आणि सायन्सच्या लोकांचे जर्नल्सचे नॉब्स याच्यामध्ये लॉट ऑफ फरक दिसतोय, व्हेरिएशन्स होत आहे. आणि तरी ऍज पर द स्टँडर्ड पॉलिसी युजीसीने काही जर्नलची लिस्ट दिलेली आहे. आता त्याला कुठंतरी एक स्ट्रीमलाईन केलेलं आहे. तर एव्हरी टीचर त्यांच्या सब्जेक्टचे युजीसी रेकग्नाइज हाऊ मेनी जर्नल्स आहेत, त्यांच्या इम्पॅक्ट फॅक्टर्स किती आहे, त्या जर्नल्स मध्ये पेपर आपण आपलं चांगला पेपर असतो पण एक ऑर्डिनरी जर्नल मध्ये आपण पब्लिश करतो. त्याऐवजी जर आपण रेप्युटेड जर्नल मध्ये पब्लिश केला तर त्याला आपल्याला स्कोर जास्त होतं. आणि ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ज्या आहेत त्या ऍज पर द गाईडलाईनच्या आपण बारकाईने शिकणं गरजेचं आहे. नवीन जो फॅकल्टी त्याला त्याचा जास्त बेनिफिट्स आहे. आणि निश्चितच भांबरे सरांनी आणि त्यांच्या ARC अकॅडमिक रिसर्च कोऑर्डिनेटरनी जे काही लीड करून एक कॅस अंडर वेबिनार ठेवलेले आहे. आणि खरं तर पाटील सरांचा याच्यामध्ये एक चांगला अनुभव आहे. आय थिंक त्यांचा स्कोर नियर अबाउट 500च्या जवळपास आज रोजी असेल. त्यामुळे चांगल्या अनुभवी टीचरकडनं हे मार्गदर्शन होतंय, त्याचा आम्हाला आनंद आहे. आणि संस्थेमध्ये अंतर्गतच एका फॅकल्टीला बोलून आणि वेबिनार मध्ये आपण लेक्चर ठेवतोय ह्याचा दुसरा आनंद आहे. कारण आपल्याही संस्थेमध्ये अनेक चांगले रिसोर्स पर्सन उपलब्ध आहेत. आपणच त्यांचा एक फायदा त्यांच्या नॉलेजचं शेअरिंग करणं ही काळाची गरज आहे. त्यामुळे मला असं वाटतं की हा एक नवीन ट्रेंड भांबरे सरांनी चालू केला आणि आपल्या संस्थेतल्या चांगल्या टीचर्सला आपल्या ऑनलाईन पोर्टलच्या माध्यमातून सगळ्यांसमोर आणण्याचा एक हेतू अतिशय मला आवडलेला आहे. मी भांबरे सरांच्या संस्थेच्या वतीने कौतुक करेल. आणि एक फार मोठा बोरसे मॅडमांनी परिचय करून दिला, तर एवढा परिचयाची आवश्यकता नाही. आपण ऑनलाईन मोड मध्ये आहोत, आपण वेळ वाचवणं गरजेचं आहे. आणि जो विषय आहे त्याच्यावर आपण जास्त फोकस करणं पण गरजेचं आहे. मी सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा देतो आणि माझे लांबलेल्या मध्ये इंटरनेटचा काही प्रश्न कळत नाही, पण आय डोंट नो एक्झॅक्टली व्हाय हॅपन्स. तर त्याबद्दल दिलगिरी व्यक्त करतो, इथंच थांबतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom and valuable insights on CAS. Thank you once again, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we rarely get this kind of opportunity to listen to the words of great knowledgeable speaker. May I request Dr. Poonam Bose to introduce our today's resource person, Honorable Dr. A.V. Patil, Acting Principal, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Surgana, to our delegates. Over to Dr. Bose, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. I find immense pleasure in introducing our honorable resource person, Dr. A.V. Patil, who is working as acting principal at Arts, Science and Commerce College, Surgana, Nasik. He is head of the Department of Physics Electronics. Dr. Patil is BOS member of Electronics Science Board, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. He is PhD guide for both the subjects Physics and Electronic Science for Savitribai Phule, Pune University. 3 students have awarded PhD degree and 6 students are currently pursuing PhD under his guidance. He has published 72 research papers in international and national peer-reviewed journals. He published 2 reference books and 1 textbook. He delivered lectures in many state, national, and international conferences, refresher courses, faculty development program, and PhD coursework program. This year, he has been awarded with Best Teacher Award by Mahavir International, Nasik. He also bagged Best Paper Presentation Award in Advanced Material Processing Development Conference, Busan, South Korea in 2014. He visited many countries like America, Italy, Switzerland, Qatar, Bangkok, Hong Kong, and South Korea for paper presentations. We are really thankful to him for taking the time out of his busy schedule to deliver the lecture. थोड़ा है थोड़े की जरूरत है। कैस के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत ज्ञान हर किसी के पास है, लेकिन संपूर्ण ज्ञान प्राप्त हो और प्रमोशन में आने वाली बाधाओं का हल मिल जाए, इसी वजह से आज इस वेबिनार में सारे पार्टिसिपेंट हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं। कैस फॉर फैकल्टी यह विषय ऑल इंडिया कॉलेजेस से संबंधित है, किंतु यूजीसी कैस फॉर फैकल्टी इस विषय की अधिकतर गाइडलाइंस महाराष्ट्र स्टेट से संबंधित होने के कारण मैं डॉक्टर एवी पाटिल जी से अनुरोध करूंगी कि वह अंग्रेजी के साथ साथ मराठी भाषा का भी प्रयोग करें, तो पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए और भी सारे कंसेप्ट्स क्लियर हो सकते हैं। मैं पुनः एक बार आदरणीय डॉक्टर पाटिल सर जी का तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ और इसी के साथ अपने शब्दों को विराम देती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, madam. Now we will turn towards today's main topic, that is CAS, Career Advancement Scheme. I would like to welcome Honorable Dr. A.V. Patil, today's eminent resource person, to deliver informative lecture on CAS. I sincerely hope that everyone will enjoy this session. Over to you, sir. Dr. A.V. Patil, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Dr. B.S. Jagdale, sir, Trustee Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. Honorable Dr. R.P. Bhamre, Principal of Art, Science and Commerce College, Harsul. The madam who has organized this workshop, the ARC of Harsul College, Dr. Poonam Borse, today's anchor, Dr. Rajni Patil, Vice Principal, Dr. M.P. Pagar, sir, all IQC team of Harsul College, and all the principals of my MGV Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir who have joined to this webinar, all the vice principals and dear participants. Namaskar. Before starting the lecture, I would like to thank the Harsul College that they have considered me as a resource person for this today's webinar. I am just like you. Though I am working as acting principal, but basically I am a teacher. So I have to face also the CAS for professorship. Also I have to face the interview for the principalship. So I am also in the pipeline. So that is why whatever I have prepared, I don't have that much master key on this issue, but whatever I have prepared for me, for my CAS, that is what I am sharing you. भांबरे सर आणि तुमच्या टीमचं पुन्हा एकदा मी धन्यवाद करतो. बोरसे मॅडम, आपण सांगितलं की मराठीत थोडंसं बोलूया, बट आय थिंक what I found here ki most of the participants were joined from out of Maharashtra, other than Maharashtra country. Some participants have raised the hands also, maybe because of language, I think. So I may go through Hindi also. My Hindi is not that much good. I am not fluent in that area, in that language, but I may use Hindi also for all the friends from out of Maharashtra who have joined. Let me share my screen. Okay, I am sharing my screen and I will start the lecture. Is it okay? दिसतंय का? स्क्रीन दिसतोय?
हो सर दिसतंय.
दिसतंय सर, दिसतंय.
Okay. Whatever the topic allotted to me, the UGC's Career Advancement Scheme, CAS for the faculty. Myself, Dr. Arun Patil, working as acting principal, Art, Science and Commerce College, Surgana, district Nasik. Whatever the today's presentation I have prepared, so whatever the reference of UGC guidelines on minimum qualifications for appointment of the teachers and other academic staff in the colleges and the measures for the maintenance of standard in higher education like CAS and all that things. So 3 notifications that I have considered as a references. Of course, the very first notification is the GR, the Gazette published by UGC dated on 18 July 2018. After that, Maharashtra government has published the resolution on 8th March 2019. Some modifications are made by Maharashtra government, and then again some corrections. The amendment is passed by Maharashtra government on 10th May 2019. These are taken as the references for preparation of this lecture. Now the CAS, Career Advancement Scheme, means it is a advancement process during our career, which is adopted by university as per the UGC regulations dated 30th of June 2010, and the government resolution passed on 15th of February 2011. As per that, what is the CAS? CAS means it is a vertical movement in the designation and pay scale on the basis of following 2 criteria. The first criteria is number of year of service, and second is the very important academic performance indicator API. Assessment criteria and methodology for university and college teachers. I have prepared only for college teachers. I have not touched with the university teachers. So what are the guidelines for that? I have touched only the college teachers guidelines. So what is the assessment of performance of a college teachers for CAS? Is basically based on the following criteria. So these 3 criteria are very important. The one is the teaching learning evaluation process. Second is the personal development related to teaching and research activities. And third one is administrative support and participation in the students' co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So I am coming on each and every aspect. We will come across all that things in detail. What is the assessment process? So this assessment process is very important. Everyone should note it, or everyone should consider it properly, because this is one of the important steps at initial stage every teacher has to take. 3-step process it is recommended as per the guideline. The very first step is the college teacher shall submit to college an annual self-appraisal form, self-appraisal report. This is again one of the we always have to prepare our self-appraisal as per for NAC guideline also, and it is helpful for CAS also. So that annually we have to prepare the self-appraisal form. The format is as per the table 1 to 5 of appendix 2, which we have to come across later on. Out of these 5 tables, the first 3 tables reflects for the college teachers and librarian and university teachers, and 4 and 5 for the librarian and physical education. So whatever self-appraisal report prepared, teacher has to submit it at the end of academic year within the stipulated time. Along with that, teacher will have to provide all the documents, all the proofs, documentary evidence for claim made in the annual self-appraisal report, which is to be verified by your HOD or teacher in charge. HOD is again one of the important person in this process. The total submission should be through the head of the department. Second is, after completion of required years of experience for the promotion. So we'll discuss on this area also. Under CAS, the fulfillment of other requirements indicated below, the teacher shall submit the application for promotion under CAS. So teacher has to write a letter to the principal that I am eligible for the CAS. Rather, it is mandatory. 3 months prior notice should be given. 3 months prior letter should be given to the principal. And after that, if you are considering yourself as eligible for CAS, so that submission is again very important. And the last one is the CAS promotion shall be granted as per the following clauses, which I have to show yet right now. The note is very important. Remember that if a teacher fails to qualify for promotion within a stipulated period, means if you are appearing for the CAS and if you fail, then they will be reassessed only after a minimum period of 1 year. So please remember this. Once you fail in the qualifying the CAS, once you fail for selecting in the CAS, minimum 1 year you have to spend for reassessment, for reappearing the CAS. And if the candidate does not succeed in the first assessment but succeed in the eventual assessments, then the promotion will be deemed to be from the latter date. But I think in Maharashtra government has modified these things. Recently, I have gone through one letter. Your date of eligibility will be considered here. So instead of having latter date, I think right now I don't have that letter, but I have definitely I'm sure I have gone through that letter. Your promotions will be from your due date. Now, what are the clauses given in GR? So, as per the 7th Pay Commission, so see now, the entry level is considered as a level 10, and the first promotion is considered as is called as a level 10 to 11. Means assistant professor to assistant professor senior scale it is called as. If we compare with your 6th pay revised pay scale, it is a 6,000 AGP to 7,000 AGP. So that new level which is after promotion will be called as a level 11. What are the requirements? Eligibility criteria. What are the requirements? Academic or service requirements. Am I audible properly? Is it correct?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
येतोय माझा आवाज
Yes,
बरोबर?
sir. हो सर येतोय.
स्क्रीन दिसतंय बरोबर सगळ्यांना विजिबल आहे?
हो सर
हो सर
दिसतंय
हो
दिसतंय.
सर.
Okay. So eligible criteria is very important. Service requirements. See, if you are having a PhD at the entry level, or during the 4 years of service, if you able to complete your PhD degree, then with PhD 4 years after completion of 4 years of your services at academic level 10 means for PhD holders. If you are having a MPhil, then 5 years service completion at academic level 10. And if you are not a PhD or MPhil, after 6 years of service completion, you are eligible for appearing the CAS for academic level 10 to 11. So these are the service requirements. Now, what are the training requirements, certification requirements, the mandatory requirements? One orientation course is required on teaching methodology of at least 21 days duration. It is a mandatory. So everyone has to complete the one orientation course in the stipulated period of your eligibility, either 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, depends what qualification you are holding. And after that, the second requirement is either one refresher course in your core area or research methodology. Means one orientation is compulsory. Along with that, you have to complete either one refresher course or any two of the following. Means what? Any two of out of either syllabus upgradation workshop or training on teaching, learning, evaluation technology or faculty development programs of at least 1 week, means 5 days duration. So either two workshops or training, learning, evaluations or two FDPs.
हॅलो पाटील सर. पाटील सर.
येतोय आवाज?
हा हा आता येतोय.
तुमच्या तिकडूनच कोणीतरी ते अनम्यूट वगैरे करतं, तर थोडंसं मला. ओके, आता येतोय आवाज?
हो येतोय सर.
हा. So one refresher or any two of the following, means two workshops or teaching, learning, evaluation programs or faculty development of 5 days, or one more or is given, completed one MOOC course, massive open online course, MOOC means, on with e-certification or development of e-contents in 4 quadrant or MOOC course during the assessment period. Means during your assessment period, either 4 year service or 5 year service or 6 year service, you can go for this. So for the details of MOOC course, you can visit the Swayam portal, the guidelines are given in a proper manner. Also, you can join the MOOC course. You can complete the MOOC course on the online on the SWAYAM portal. All during this lockdown period, most of faculties have completed the MOOC courses. I have seen most of my college faculties have reported me that they have completed the MOOC course. So the good option is given by government to all the teachers for completion of this course online. Or if you want to go for e-content preparation, so you can visit e-PG Pathshala. That is also a very good option is given, e-PG Pathshala, especially for the PG teachers. You can develop your course or in a 4 quadrants. The guidelines are given. If you want the guideline, if anyone wants the guideline, I can share to the college, or I'll share my email ID. You can give me the email. I will send you the guidelines for book courses, also for easy Pathshala. Now, what is the CAS promotion criteria for this level? A teacher shall be promoted if, very important here it is, he or she gets satisfactory or good grade in annual performance assessment report of at least either 3, 4, or 5 of last 4, 5, or 6 years. Means if you are the PhD, your eligibility criteria is 4, then for 4 years, out of 4 years, you should have to get the satisfactory or good at least for 3 years. For MPhil holders, at least for 4 years, and for non-PhD MPhils, at least for 5 years out of the 6. What is the pro forma for that? It is given in the appendix 2 of table 1 of that GR. After that, I have to come across all that things. And very important, at least 20 research score, API score per assessment period. The format of that is given in the appendix 2, table 2. And the promotion is recommended by screening cum evaluation committee. So the final decision will be taken by the committee appointed by university. So these are the minimum criteria, the service criteria, the training criteria, and CAS promotion criteria for first promotion 10 to 11. Then the second is 11 to 12. This is assistant professor senior scale to assistant professor selection grade as per 6 pay, means AGP 7,000 to 8,000. In new guidelines, it is called as a academic level 12, academic level 11 to 12. This is promotion academic level 11 to 12. So again, what is the eligible criteria now? All must have to complete the 5 years of service at academic level 11. Though you are PhD or non-PhD, the option is given, the exemption is given, the relaxation is given in the first promotion only. In this second promotion, no relaxation is given. Everyone has to complete the 5 years of service. प्रत्येकाला हर एक को 5 साल का सर्विस कंप्लीट करना जरूरी है, दो PhD हो या नॉन PhD हो, या MPhil हो या नॉन MPhil हो, हर एक को ये कंप्लीट करना है. नो ऑप्शन इज गिवन. इसके ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड अगर आपने PhD भी कंप्लीट कर लिया, आपने MPhil भी कंप्लीट कर लिया, तो नो ऑप्शन इज गिवन. Everyone has to complete the 5 years of service in this academic level 11. Now, what are the training requirements? Any 2 of the following in last 5 years in the assessment period. Out of these 5, you have to one has to complete the any 2. One is the refresher course in your core area or research methodology. Another option is again the same syllabus completion, gradation workshop or teaching learning evaluation technical programs of 10 days. In previous case, it was 5 days. Now here it is a 10 days. Remember the change. Remember, note this change here. Third is a faculty development program of 2 weeks, means 10 days. In first promotion, it was 5 days. Here it is a 10 days, means 2 FDPs. Or separate 2 FDPs of 5 days each. You can one complete FDP of 2 weeks or 2 FDPs of 1 week each. Short-term training course also. And one MOOC course with e-certification or a contribution towards the development of e-content in 4 quadrants of at least 1 quadrant, minimum of 10 modules. Of course, contribution towards the development of at least 10 modules of MOOCs. Again, the same thing, that is what I have highlighted. You can go through the guidelines, you will get all the details. It's very simple. And what is the CAS promotion criteria? The teacher shall be promoted if he or she gets satisfactory or good grade in annual performance assessment of at least 4 of the last 5 years. This is the assessment period of this level is 5 years. So at least for 4 years, you should have to grasp the satisfactory or good, and at least 5 research score, 50 research scores, API score during the assessment period. And again, the promotion is recommended by screening evaluation committee. Again, this committee is very important. Now, the third promotion, one of the most important, one of the milestone again, that is academic level 12 to 13A. This is called as the assessment profession selection grade to associate professor. Your designation changes here. Now, in assistant professor to associate professor. Means as per the 6th pay, if we compare, it is 8,000 AGP to 9,000 AGP. Now, the scene has been changed here. Assistant professor who has completed 3 years of service in academic level 12, that is selection grade. So assessment period of 3 years in the previous level. And most important condition is a PhD degree in your subject or allied or relevant discipline. Those who are having a PhD degree are only eligible for getting the promotion in this criteria. Please note it. जिसका पास पीएचडी नाही आहे, ज्यांच्याकडे पीएचडी नाही आहे, असिस्टंट प्रोफेसर सिलेक्शन ग्रेड येईपर्यंत त्यांना जोपर्यंत पीएचडी कंप्लीट होत नाही तोपर्यंत पुढचं म्हणजे असोसिएट प्रोफेसरचं प्रमोशन मिळणार नाही. दिस इज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट चेंज मेड बाय द गव्हर्नमेंट इन द 7th Pay resolution. PhD degree is a must for associate professorship. And what are the criteria given? It's any one of the following in last 3 years. तेच मागचे जे होते, जो पिछले थे वही है ये. Last promotion you have to go for 2. Here it is only 1. Refresher course on your core area or a research methodology, syllabus upgradation workshop or a teaching learning evaluation technology program for 10 days, FDP of 2 week of 10 days or 2 separate FDPs or short term course of 5 days, and the same, that is a MOOC course. And the CAS promotion, again the same satisfactory or good grade is required in the last 3, at least 2 of the last 3 years, and at least 45 API score for the assessment period as per the mention. Someone has asked me in previous case it was 50, now if you go for higher scale, why the criteria is reduced? But remember, the previous assessment period was of 5 years and this assessment period is of 3 years. That is why the 45 score is mentioned here. And one very important change is here. In previous 2 promotions, the committee was called as a screening cum evaluation committee. Now here the promotion for the post of associate professor is recommended by selection committee. The nature of committee changes here. It is not a screening committee, it is not evaluation committee, it is a selection committee. So means what is the difference is here? In previous promotions, the committee can scrutinize your documents, scrutinize your reports. Committee can do the screening and just check that whether the evaluation made by the subject expert on the research areas and whether proper is given. But here it is a selection committee. They may ask you the question on your subject area. This is the basic difference between screening and selection committee. So selection committee is recommended here for this promotion of associate professorship. And the next promotion, the last promotion for college teachers, I am talking the college teachers, is academic level 13A to 14. That is associate professor to professor. Means as per the 6th pay, it is 9,000 AGP to 10,000 AGP. Now this level is a 14 professorship level. See now what are the criteria? All must complete 3 years of service in associate professor grade in academic level 13A. So assessment period of 3 years is again here. PhD degree is a compulsory. So again, this is very important. The associate professor who has the PhD degree is only eligible, can apply for professor's category if he completes the other conditions. Now, there are some associate professors as per the 6th pay. There are some associate professors. They are in the scale of associate professors, but they don't have PhD degrees. they are not eligible for getting this promotion. So again, the PhD is a mandatory here. And at the same time, one additional requirement is given, a minimum of 10 research publications in peer-reviewed or UGC listed journals during your service, during your service, during your from entry point to up to this level, minimum 10 papers. Out of that 10 papers, 3 research papers shall be published during the assessment period, means during the last 3 years. So this is again, if you may have more papers, more than 10, you may have 25 papers, but in the last 3 years, if you are not able to publish 3 papers, then again, you will not be considered. The committee will not allow you. In the last 3 years, after associate professor, the assessment period is 3 years. Within that 3 years, out of all papers, three papers must be in the last 3 years as assessment period. This is again very important. Now here there are no conditions, no criteria, no orientation course, no FTPs, no refresher course, nothing is given, nothing is considered here, nothing is made compulsory here. Again, the criteria is the same, that is a satisfactory or good, at least up to or out of 3 years, and the 110 API score is for assessment period is given, is considered. I'm little bit, as I have gone through the scrutiny also, it is not for the assessment period, because if the word assessment period comes here, then the last 3 years will be considered. Instead of that, during your span, during your service span, at least 110 research scores is mandatory. So per assessment period is not correct, is given, but as it is given in the GR, that is why I have mentioned. But I have gone through the committee, I have appeared for the API score verification committee. They are not doing activities like that only for 3 years. No, it is lifetime achievement. So for lifetime, you have to complete the 110 research score. And of course, the selection committee is also there. So while preparing the API score format, as per in the Appendix 2 and Table 1, the college principal and IPSC coordinator signature is very important. Your HOD signature is very important. So don't forget to get the signed by principal, HOD and IPSC coordinator. Now see, this is your Table 1, especially for your satisfactory and good gradation. So what is given here? So it is 3 points are considered here. The first one is, 2 points are there. First one is your teaching. So grading criteria is 80% and above is treated as a good. Below 80% but 70% and above is treated as a satisfactory, and less than 70% is not satisfactory. So you have to get it satisfactory or good only. So your teaching must be more than 70%. Below 70%, you fail for appearing the CAS, you will fail in the evaluation of a CAS. In the teaching, how can you calculate this percentage, 80% or 70% or more than 80 or like this? So the formula is given, number of classes taught divided by total classes assigned into 100%. Remember, this is not the option, number of classes taught slash means not or, it is divided by. So because I have found some teachers, I have gone through the self-appraisal form of some teachers that they have mentioned the 600 completion of 700 means they consider number of classes 7, total classes assigned, and 107 into 100. So it is wrong. Percentage never be more than 100, right? So it is the number of classes taught divided by total classes assigned into 100%. What is the meaning of a classes taught, or what is included in classes taught? That includes your tutorial sessions, your laboratory sessions, or other teaching related activities. All must be considered in that. Second is involvement in the university or college student related activities or research activities. So 8 activities I think given, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 activities are given here. The very first activity is administrative responsibilities such as head, chairperson, dean, director, coordinator, warden, or you can have vice principalship like this is. Second activity is related with your examination and evaluation duties. assigned by the college, university, or attending the examination paper evaluations. Third activity is the student-related activities, that is the co-curricular, extension, and field-based activities such as the student clubs, career counseling, study visits, or student seminars and other events like cultural, sports, NCC, NSS, and other community services. The fourth activity is related with organizing seminars, conferences, workshops in the college, and some other college activities. Next is evidence of actively involved in guiding the PhD students. Next is conducting minor or major research projects sponsored by national or international agencies. And last is at least one single or joint publication in peer-reviewed or UGC list journal. Out of these 7 activities, how can you have a grading criteria? If you are involved in at least 3 activities, then your grade will be a good. If you are involved with 1 or 2 activities, your grade will be a satisfactory. If you are not involved, not undertaken any activities, not gone through any activities, then your grade will be a not satisfactory. So remember that this is very important. Now, how can you take the overall gradation? Overall gradation is good or satisfactory or not satisfactory. So it is given either good in a teaching or satisfactory means in a first activity, means in this first teaching activity either good or satisfactory, and in second good in activity serial number 2 means either good and good in first and good in second, or satisfactory in first or good in a second, then your overall gradation will be good. If you are satisfactory in a teaching activity and good or satisfactory in student support and all the other activities, then your will be satisfactory, means satisfactory good, satisfactory satisfactory. And if neither good or not satisfactory in the teaching means first activity given, and or whatever the activities second part is given, if you failed in getting the good or satisfactory, your gradation will be not satisfactory. Now some important notes are mentioned here. These are very important notes again. For the purpose of assessing the grading of activity at serial number 1, that is the teaching, and serial number 2, that is your all 7 activities, all such periods of duration which have been spent by the teacher on different kinds of paid leaves. Very important. Maternity leave, child care leave, study leave, medical leave, extraordinary leave, deputation shall be excluded from the grading assessments. This is as per the GR. Means during your assessment period, if you have taken that leaves, so that period will be excluded. But I have also gone through I think in last year I have, or in between that somewhere I have read now all this part is included in the grading assessment. So that I have to check that in the joint director office we will get all the details of that. But as per the GR, all these are excluded. And then the assessment of remaining period other than your leave period, the same shall be extrapolated for the entire period of assessment to arrive at the grading of a teacher. Third is very important. The teacher on such leaves or deputation as mentioned, means either maternity or child care or whatever other leaves, shall not be put to any disadvantage. Remember, this is very important for teachers, or for promotion under CAS due to his or her absence for his or her teaching responsibility, subject to the condition that such leaves was taken with the prior approval of competent authorities. Means principal have sanctioned that leaves by forwarding that to the institute level, and once the sanction is given by institution, sanction is given by principal, then you should not that will not be considered as any disadvantage for the promotion. So this is in the teacher's favor. This note is very is mentioned. It is a very good note. Now, table 2, that is for your calculation of academic research score. So this table is again very important. As Jagdale sir has rightly pointed out, this aspect is very important because though we are actively participated, regularly participated in teaching and other activities, but we are not that much aware of getting the research culture and obtaining the research score as per mentioned during the assessment period. So that's why one has to focus, everyone has to focus on this aspect. So see now what are the conditions given here. Now here the separate table is separately mentioned for science, for engineering, for agriculture, for medical and veterinary science. The separate gradation for particularly for first is given, and for all other arts, commerce, social sciences, humanities, library, the second column is here mentioned. The difference is only in the serial number 1. All others are almost constant, same. The first is research paper in peer-reviewed or UGC listed journal. So remember, this is again very important. It is peer-reviewed or UGC. It is not mandatory that UGC listed journals. It is mandatory for submission of your PhD thesis only. You should have published your papers in UGC listed journals only. For CAS, for API score calculations, it is not mandatory that all the papers must be in a UGC listed. It is any other peer-reviewed journal which is not in the UGC list. That is why I have clearly mentioned in a peer-reviewed or UGC listed journal. Basic core, the minimum score for science faculty and all others is 8 per paper. And for commerce and arts and humanities and library and education, physical education, management, 10 per paper. We'll come across why this is there or what are some additional points are there. Second is publications other than research papers. So what can be the other than research papers? The books. If you are having international publisher, your book is published by international publisher, then 12 points are assessed, are allotted. For national papers publishers, 10 points are given. For chapter in edited book, 5 points. Editor of a book by international publisher, if you are editor, if you have worked as editor for that, 10. If editor by national publisher, then 8. This is about the books. For a translation work by works in Indian and foreign language by the qualified faculties, if there is a translation of a chapter or research paper, 3 score is allotted, and for book 8 score is allotted. Then creation of, now third is the creation of ICT mediated teaching learning pedagogy and content and development of new innovative courses and curriculum. The first is development of innovative pedagogy, 5 scores. Design of new curriculum and courses, 2 per curriculum course. Then for MOOC courses, if you have developed, it is a development of complete MOOC course of 4 quadrants, means of 4 credit. Because per credit 5 marks are given. So for 4 credits, 5 into 4, 20 marks are given. If MOOC course developed in 4 quadrants per module, per module or a lecture, then 5 score is given. If your content writer, subject matter expert for each module, at least 1 quadrant, if you are expert for at least 1 quadrant, 2 marks are given, 2 points are given. If you are the course coordinator for that 4 credit MOOC course, in case of MOOC course, 2 credits, 2 marks per credit. So here for 4 credits, it is 8. This is for MOOC course. Now, if it is e-content, then development of e-content in 4 quadrants for a complete course or that complete e-book, 12 marks are given. For e-content, only per module, 5 marks are given. Contribution to the development of e-content module in complete course, 2 are given. And if you are editor of that complete course of means e-content course or paper,
Hello. हॅलो पाटील सर. हॅलो.
हॅलो पाटील सर, आवाज बंद झालाय.
हॅलो. हॅलो पाटील सर.
Will be the score, and if paper is submitted, 5 will be score. For am I audible?
हा सर. येस सर.
And for MPhil and PG dissertation, 2 per degree awarded. See again, the PG dissertation is very important terminology here. In your syllabus, it must be mentioned that the course for that PG level is of project course which requires a dissertation. Then only your points will be considered. Second thing, the PG dissertation of that student is considered who has been awarded the degree, the master degree. For that student, the points will be considered. Next is a research project completed. If it is a more than it's a major research project, suppose there is no discrepancy here, major or minor. In previous amendments, in previous GRs 6 page, there was category major and minor, but here it is only more than 10 lakhs and less than 10 lakhs. It is if you are handling or you have completed the project either sanctioned by any UGC or CSIR, or there are number of agencies are there, funding agencies are there, they can sanction you if you apply for that. So for more than 10 lakhs, the 10 score is allotted, and less than 10 lakhs, 5 score is allotted. If your project is ongoing, then for more than 10 lakhs, 5, and for less than 10 lakhs, 2. For consultancy, if you are doing the consultancy of that projects, of research projects, then 3 point is allotted for the consultancy. Now next is the patent related. If you are filing, if you have the patent, if patent is recorded against your name by international agencies, then 10 points will be given, and by national agencies 7 will be given. Then the next is again some new point added in this 7th pay regulation. That is a policy document submitted to international body organization like UNESCO, World Bank, International Monetary Funds, or central government or state government. Now in current scenario it is applicable because during this COVID period, WHO has asked for submission of some policies, how to resolve this problem, what remedies can be suggested. That type of policies are considered here. If international agency is there, then 10. For national agencies it is a 7. For state level it is a 4. Now the points are given, the marks are given for your awards and fellowships. If your award or your fellowship is international fellowship or international award, the 7 points are given, and for national award or fellowship 5 points are given. In this second, the invited lectures means you are as a resource person, paper presentation in seminars, conferences, full paper published in conference proceedings. So for that, the points are given like this. For international conferences, 7. See, in international conference, 2 categories are there. International conference abroad, then 7. International conference within India, within country means within India, so it is 5. For national conferences, 3. State conferences, 2. In the sample case, I will more clarify this fact. This is very important. Again, see now here the star is made. Here is also star is made, means it has some meaning is there. What is that meaning? This is very important. Now, some additional points are given. Very first, the research paper publications, the minimum, the base score for science faculty was 8, and for all arts and commerce and library and physical was 10 or 12, 10. Now, in addition to this, what is given? The research score for research paper would be augmented. This is very important word, as follows. For peer-reviewed or UGC listed journal having an impact factor to be determined as per only the Thomson Reuters. There are number of agencies who are allotting the impact factors to the journals. but only the Thomson router is authorized, is considered here, and the category wise is given. If your journal is without impact factor, means journal is peer reviewed, is a referred journal, but journal don't have impact factor, then additional 5 points, means 8 plus 5. Base score is 8 plus 5. If impact factor is less than 1, means it is in between 0 and 1, then that 8 is considered as a compulsory, means mandatory, means it is a base. These are plus 10. If impact factor is in between 1 and 2, plus 15. Between 2 and 5, plus 20. Between 5 and 10, plus 25. And more than 10, 30 points are there. Now, Thomson router is mandatory here. So, for commerce faculty, for arts faculty, for library science, if your journal has got, is related with, is assigned with, is associated with Thomson routers, then only the points will be considered. Otherwise, the calculation will be made only on the base of basic score 10. One problem I have gone through, I have seen some while scrutinizing my file, when I have appeared for the assessment committee for API score verification, there I found one arts faculty file, and the teacher has claimed the 10 plus 5. So why 5? He has given the explanation because our journal is peer reviewed, but it doesn't have impact factor. So that is why I have taken as a 5. So that assessment committee has rejected it. So it depends. In some, I heard that in some universities other than our Pune University, in other universities, some universities have considered this fact plus 5. Some universities may not. It depends on the API score verification committee, because they are very strict on the Thomson router. In the journal homepage, it must be clarified, it must be mentioned it is associated with Thomson router, though it is a science faculty, though it is arts, though it is a commerce. If it is associated with Thomson routers, you will get all these additional points, otherwise not. This is my opinion. But there are some cases that I have heard from other universities that somewhere it is considered, somewhere not. Now, in addition to this, these 3 points are again very important. Now, if your paper is a joint venture, if your paper is a solo author paper, it is only of your paper, then you will get the 100% marks. 100% for that paper will be given. But if your paper is of 2 authors, you and your guide, or you and your student, then only for two authors, 70% of total value of publication for each author. Means each author can claim the 70% of total score after augmented. Means 8 plus 5 or 8 plus 10, whatever the total score, 70% of that total for each author, if your paper is of 2 authors. If your paper is more than 2 authors, then in every paper, corresponding author is mentioned there. Or normally the convention is that the first author or the last author may be the corresponding author rather, or it can be called as a principal corresponding author. 70% of total score will be given to the corresponding author, and for all other remaining authors, 30% of total publication. Means for corresponding 70%, and for all other 30% if your paper is of more than 2 authors. Similarly, for projects, for research projects, more than 10 lakhs or less than 10 lakhs, if you are the principal investigator only, you will get 100%. But if you are having a co-investigator, so along with you, then 50% each. This is very important. Some notes are very important here. Paper presented if part of edited book or proceeding, then it can be claimed only once, either in edited book or in a proceeding or in a paper presentation. You cannot claim the same paper everywhere, in edited book also, in a proceeding also, or in a presentation also. So this note is very important. For joint supervision of a research student, means for PhD guidance it is given. The formula shall be the 70% of total score for supervisor and co-supervisors. Means supervisor and co-supervisor both shall get the 7 marks, because total maximum marks allotted for PhD guidance if your student is awarded 10. Now, if you, along with you, if there is a co-guide, for that this note is given. If you are only the guide, then no question for getting the 100% marks for 10 marks. But if you are having a co-guide, then 7 each, 70. 70% of 10 means 7. That's why the 7 to each. That is why the note is given here. Now, why the star was mentioned, star is mentioned there. I have mentioned what is the meaning of that star. This is very important. The star is with the policy documents and all your conferences related work. For the purpose of calculating research score of the teacher, the combined research score of that policy and of that invited lectures, of that proceedings, of edited book, paper presentation, international, abroad, international, country, national, state, all that things, for that policy and all others, have upper capping of 30% of total research score of a teacher concerned. Means the capping is given here, 30% only. Means what? Suppose your total score is of 500, including all. Then what will be the 30% of 500? 5 into 3, 15, 150. So 150 maximum is allowed for getting in these two, 5B and 6. In combined score of 5B and 6, if it is more than 150, then it will be treated as only 150. So then your score will be reduced, and the remark will be given. The after capping, what will be before capping, what will be the total score, and after capping, what should be the total score. The capping is given. So limit is given not to go only, because most of the teachers get attracted towards the conferences, workshops, and all that things, instead of looking after all other activities. That is why the capping is given here at 30%. And the last is, see, the last is a little bit confusing. The research score shall be from minimum of 3 categories out of 6 categories. I think it is applicable to only for associate professorship and for professorship only. For the 10 to 11 and 11 to 12, this is not applicable, I think so. The minimum of 3 categories out of 6 means either what are the 6 is given: publications, books, patents, conferences, projects, and e-content and MOOC. Out of all these, at least you should have a score in the 3 categories. I think it is for professorship, and I have heard for associate professor. I have not seen this condition for associate professorship, but for professorship, for the last, for level 14 promotion, it is a mandatory, the minimum of 3 categories. Just minute, let me share another thing. Now
PDF convert பண்ண முடியுதான்னு பாரு.
I am sharing some
அப்படி ட்ரை பண்ணி உனக்கு ஒருவேளை ஸ்பேஸ் வந்து நமக்கு குறைஞ்சதுன்னு வையேன், அப்ப சைஸ் ரெடியூஸ் ஆயிடும், உனக்கு கிளாஸ் ரூம்ல அப்லோட் பண்றது ப்ராப்ளம் வராதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இத ட்ரை.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. All
Hello.
dear participants are requested to put yourself mute.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
I am now showing you the sample case. Yes. Is it okay? दिसतंय का?
येस सर.
हो सर, दिसतंय.
म्हणजे आता मी मोड बदललाय, पीपीटी वरनं मी याच्यावर आलोय, पीडीएफ वर आलोय. Now I want to explain you the one sample case, how to calculate exactly. Is it visible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's visible, sir.
Previous was PPT, now it is a PDF. Is it properly visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Now sample case. And I have considered my case as a sample case here. I am showing you my case as a sample case. Pro forma for that. The general is the name. My name is Dr. Arun Patil. Current designation is Associate Professor. My date of joining in the institution is 7th October 1988 in the Physics Electronic Science. Here, by mistake, I have mentioned my previous college, LVH College. It should be Arts, Science and Commerce College. No, I have mentioned it is clear. It is clear LVH College. Why I am telling you? Email ID, current designation, associate professor. I have given, this is self-appraisal form for 2018 and 19. This is one sample case I am putting in front of you. I have put in front of you. That is self-assessment for academic year 2018 and 19. During that, I was at LVH College. I was at Panchoti College. I was there as associate professor, HOD, but basically associate professor, and in academic level 13A associate professorship. So that is why as a sample case for 2018-19 is showing here. I am showing. Now see the self-appraisal category table 1 form. So teaching, how many number of classes taught divided by total, this formula. So I have answer 1 is attached here. So what is the grading criteria? That I already have explained you, 80% and above good, like this is. Now total classes assigned to me during that academic year was 3. Number of classes that I have taught 3. So as per this formula, 3 divided by 3 into 100. So percentage of classes taught is 100. And as per this criteria, the grade of my grade I have mentioned is good in the teaching. So here I have mentioned the annexure 1. In annexure 1 for academic year 18 and 19, I have given the details. Which course paper was allotted to me for HYBSc, TYBSc, 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 MSc, MSc, MSc. During the year, some semester 2, some semester 4 or 6, like this is. Level UG, PG. Mode of teaching was lecture plus tutorial. Here it is a practical, P for practical. It is a project, that is a dissertation. And again for PG, it is a lecture plus tutorial. Hours per week allotted, it is mentioned here, and percentage of classes taken as per the document record 100%. This is our individual timetable given by our HOD to us, duly signed by principal. So we have to keep this is as a record, is official record for showing this on getting the either good or satisfactory grade in this category teaching. So you have to mention this in your file, duly signed by HOD and principal. Your personal individual timetable where the classes to be taught and what is the level, what is the mode of teaching, everything should be mentioned. Second, again very important, out of that 7 activities, first is administrative responsibility. I was vice principal of that college. I am having a order given by Honorable General Secretary of my Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. The order is given to me, so that is kept as a record as an administrative post, vice principal. Of course, again I was head of the Department of Electronic Science. The order is I have kept. I have filed my order. I am a research guide. I have the research guideship letter. I am guiding the students that all the details I am having. I was having, rather I am having still, I have maintained that file for this academic year. Convener of international conference. I worked as a convener of international conference. I have been elected as a board of studies member in electronic science board for Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. All the documents are with me. That is why on the basis of document, I have claimed this is that I am involved in this activity. Second is examination duty. So I worked as a 48/3 committee member for paper setting and evaluation panel preparation in electronic science. As I am the BOS member, again in BOS, I have been worked as, I have been selected as 48/3 committee member. So my work is to prepare the panel. So it is examination related work. Those who are BOS members, they can, if they are 48/3 committee member, they can claim under this activity. I am the reviewer of research paper or international journals. During that academic year, I have reviewed some papers. So I am having all the emails, I am having all the certificates. Some journals may provide the certificates, or some journals can have give the assessment sheets. Some journals can go through the emails. I have kept all that documents as a reviewer, because it is a review. To review the paper means it is examination, just like examination duty. So in third, student related activities, I have arranged an educational and industrial tools and placements. It was mentioned in my electronic science syllabus, industrial visit is a compulsory, placement is a compulsory. So I have arranged all that things. Motivate the students to participate in projects like Avishkar and practical competitions. So Avishkar, like a competition, is the competition recognized by university. So I have motivated the students to participate in them. I have guided the student, rather I am having the certificates also. Arrange the expert lectures for the students. So if you are arranging the expert lecture, keep the record. Record is very important, that you are the coordinator or you are the taken initiative. In that letter it must be mentioned who, and it must be signed and get it approved by the principal or HOD, and that letter should be with you. Resource person for NSS camp, if your name is printed in that NSS pamphlet, then that can be kept as a record as a resource person for NSS camp. Resource persons for refresher course, of course, the letters are there. Resource persons for international conferences, of course, the letters are there. So all the student related activities, international conference is also for students. Refresher course, though the teacher, but teachers can be also be considered as a student. NSS is for students. Expert lectures for the students. So all these are student related activities. Then organizing seminar and conferences. I have worked as a, I was the convener of international conference. That's why I have claimed here. Then in evidence of activity, so guiding the 6 PhD students, completed 3. Means actually it should not be in this academic year. In the next academic year it should reflect completed 3. But I am having the clear record given by university that I am guiding the 6 students. Then conducting minor major research projects. In this academic year, I don't have any major minor research, so nothing is mentioned here. And at least one publication. So I have published the 2 parts. One academic year published 1 paper. Within this academic year, along with my students, 13 research paper I have published in academic year, and 1 reference book for physics for CSIR net set is published. That is why it is a mention. So out of these 7, I am involved in activity A, in B, in C, D, E, and G, not in F. So where I am involved, I mentioned here S. Where I am not, yes. So what is the gradation? At least 3, then good. I am involved in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So my score is good. So that's why I have mentioned here it is good. And here in both the cases it is good. So my overall gradation is good. Overall gradation is good, because good or satisfactory or good. So that is what earlier I mentioned. So my overall gradation is good. So everywhere we have to prepare this self-appraisal form, and we have to keep the record along with the documentary evidences. So all these evidences will be checked by IQAC. First, it will be checked by your HOD, then IQAC and principal. Once IQAC coordinator, once HOD and principal is signed there, that will be the completed. Means you are completed your that self-appraisal. Though the selection committee or screening committee will not ask you anything, will not raise any questions about this, because it is completely the right of a college right. It is a college related activity. It is a complete total right of your IQAC and principal. So every year we have to prepare this self-appraisal form, and along with your filing, all the documentary evidences. And then the signatures must be taken. And this is very important, the appendix 2, that is for API score calculation. This is what I have prepared for my lifetime, as I have to appear for principalship's interview on and professorship's CAS. level 14 CAS. So I have right from 2009 where I have published the first paper. When I have published the first paper, from that I have taken all the 72 papers included here. See what is I have what table I have made, what is mentioned here: serial number, title of paper, name of the journal, volume number and PP pages, month and year, whether you are main author or co-author, how many number of co-authors are there, what is ISSN number of that journal. It is not necessary here. UGC journal number, it is not necessary. This column is not necessary. Impact factor, of course, it is very important. Claimed score and verified score. See, this it depends on the assessment committee that whether your impact factor is properly considered or not. What I have prepared at a minimum level. Below the score, this will be my minimum score. Score may be more than that, but minimum score is I have considered this is as a for my case here it is. So see now, in this paper, I am not the main author. I am the co-author. So what is the minimum score for that? 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5, 13. So as I am not the main author, I claim only the 30% of that 13. So 30% of 13 is 3.9. So that is why the score is mentioned here 3.9. But in the same volume, one another paper for which I was the main author, I was the corresponding author. So here for same I can claim the 70%. So 70% of 8 plus 5, 13 is 9.1. That is why I have mentioned here 9.1. Though my impact factor is 6 point, but it is not with Thomson Reuters, so I have not considered with the highest points, minimum points I have considered. But for this paper, I am co-author, I am main author, and it is a Thomson Reuters paper. So though the impact factor is between 0 and 1, it is 0.477 that time. Now, right now it has been increased. So for 0 to 1, the augmented score was 10. So 8 plus 10, 18. And as I am the main author, corresponding author, so 70% of that 18, 12.6. So my claimed score is at 12.6. I'm not going through all, I'm giving you some sample cases. So same journal, impact factor having same journal, but here I was the main author, but here I was not the main author. Here I can
Hello, dear participants. All the participants are requested here to put yourself mute.
So here in this case, I am the co-author, so I can claim only the 30%. 30% of 18. 18, in what way it is 18? Basic score 8 plus augmented 10 for in between 0 and 1 impact factor. 10 plus 18. Suresh Pagar is interrupting. There is interference from Suresh Pagar. Please mute your mic.
Hello, dear participants. You are kindly requested to put yourself mute. Please cooperate.
Bambre sir, as you are the sir, तुम्ही host आहात, तुम्ही त्यांना म्यूट करू शकता इंडिव्हिज्युअली. ओके, येतोय आवाज माझा?
हो सर, येतोय.
ओके.
यस सर.
तो यहाँ पर मैं को ऑथर हूँ. इथे मी को ऑथर आहे. त्या जर्नलला मी इथे मेन ऑथर होतो म्हणून मी 70% क्लेम केले, पण या ठिकाणी मी को ऑथर असल्यामुळे मी 30% क्लेम केले. म्हणजे 18 स्कोरच्या 30% म्हणजे 5.4. म्हणजे त्या पद्धतीचं इथे दिलेलं. काही सॅम्पल केसेस मी तुम्हाला अशा दाखवतो की ज्या आता 12, 3 पॉईंट ह्या सगळ्या सेमच आहेत. जिथे आता हा एक पेपर बघा, पेपर नंबर 22. इथे आता हा पेपरचा मी मेन ऑथर आहे. पण आम्ही दोघंच आहोत, एक को ऑथर आणि मी, दोनच ऑथर आहोत, म्हणजे दोघांना 70%. म्हणजे मला तिथे काय आलंय, 70% स्कोर मिळाला. 8 + 5 13 जो बेसिक स्कोर होता त्याच्या 70% 9.1 मी तिथे स्कोर घेतलेला. त्याच्यानंतर आता हा जो 24 नंबरचा पेपर आहे, हिअर आय एम शोईंग दिस पेपर नंबर 24. आय वॉज द सोलो ऑथर, रादर आय एम द सोलो ऑथर ऑफ दिस पेपर. मला कोणीच को ऑथर नाही, म्हणजे मला 100% स्कोर, आय कॅन क्लेम द 100% स्कोर. So the journal has impact factor between 0 and 1. So augmented score is a 10, 8 + 10, 18. So I claimed here total 100% 18 score. Then there are some papers where same logic. Again, these are the papers where I am only the solo author, so 100% score is taken. I would like to show you some papers. These are this way the calculation is made here. Say now this paper number 51. So I am the co-author, I am the principal author, and only one co-author, means we are only the two. So the impact factor of that journal is, it is Thomson-Reuters impact factor 1.449, means it is in between 1 and 2. So augmented score is a 15. Basic score is 8. 8 + 15, 23. So 70% of 23, 16.1 is claimed here. This is very important, right? Similarly, if you go to the same logic is here, and in some cases, if it is no, means I am the co-author, so accordingly 30% is claimed here. This paper is there, paper number 71. So I am the principal author, I am the corresponding author, I have one co-author, so both can claim 70%. The impact factor is 2.781 Thomson-Reuters base, so it is in between 2 and 5. So augmented score is 20. 20 + 8, 28. 70% of that 28 is 19.6 I have claimed. Accordingly, you can calculate your APS score. Whether you are solo author, then you can claim 100%. If two authors, then 70% each. If you are more than two authors, if you are the principal author, corresponding author, main author, then 70%. And for all other remaining, if you are a co-author, then every time 30%. Only how can you calculate the score? Thomson-Reuters is the base. Basic score is 8. For not having impact factor, additional 5. For impact factor between 0 and 1, additional 10. For 1 and 2, 15. 2 and 5, 20. 5 to 10, 25, and all that earlier I have stated here, I have mentioned. So accordingly, you can calculate, and then finally the total is there. Second is the publications other than research papers. So this was the book published by academic publisher by Germany, Lambert, right? So that is why I have claimed the score 12. Then one book published as a reference book for physics for CSIR NET set. I am the co-author of that. It is a national publisher, Vaishali Public Prakashan, Pune. Then I have scored the 5 only. And the textbook which has got an ISBN number. ISBN number is very important here. ISBN number, if your book doesn't have ISBN number, then you can't claim the score. So as I am the co-author, the score is there, 5. One thing is that the API score verification committee checks seriously how the author is international, publisher is international publisher or a national publisher or like that. Whatever book you have published, in the initial pages of that book or at the last or on the front page or the back page, it must be clearly mentioned what are the branches of these publishers. For international publisher, if it is from Germany, if this publisher has the different branches in other countries, then only it will be treated as a international publisher. Similarly, if it is a Vaishali Prakashan Pune, but if it has got the office in Mumbai, if it has got the office in Nasik, if it has got the office in Rajasthan, if it has got the office in Delhi, then only it will be treated as a national publisher. Then and then only the API score committee will give you the marks. Otherwise, it will be rejected. So what our consideration आपल्याला नेहमी वाटतं, हमको ऐसे लगता है कि मैंने इतने बुक पब्लिश किए तो मेरे को मार्क्स क्यों नहीं मिल रहे, मुझको क्यों नहीं दे रहे, का मला देत नाही. आणि मग तिथे बऱ्याचदा त्या कमिटीशी वाद होतात. पण त्या कमिटीला त्या या गाईडलाईन प्रमाणे स्ट्रिक्ट अशा इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स असतात की तुम्हाला ते प्रूव्ह करायला लागतं कि तुमने जो पब्लिश किया है वो इंटरनेशनल है या नेशनल है. एंड उसके लिए जो अभी मैंने बताया कि इट शुड बी क्लियरली मेंशन्ड विद इन द बुक कि वेयर आर द ब्रांचेस ऑफ दैट पब्लिशर्स. If branches are not mentioned, it will not be treated as a state, it will not be treated as a local level. You won't get the marks, you won't get the points. Remember, this is very important thing one has to consider while publishing the books. Properly go through the proper publishers, check the publishers and then publish the book. So I don't have any edited book, no claim. I don't have edited book by national publisher, by international publisher, no translational work. So total score is a 0 here. Then no ICT related work, no score is here. No design of new curriculum, nothing is there. Not gone through any mock course, online course, or not prepared any mock. So no score is given, no score is given. No e-content development, no score is given. Then PhD guidance. So these are the 3 students passed out under my guidance. So awarded for Savitribai Phule Pune University. When it is award month and year, so I claim 10, 10, 10. This is official claim. This is valid claim. Then for MPhil and dissertation, so I have guided many students for PG, but I have mentioned only few here because I am having the document of these 3 students only. I am having a list of more than 50 students, but right now I am having the documents of 3 students only. So the one student, Patil Bausaheb Rao Saheb, so what is the title of project given to him? Yes, awarded for Savitribai. He has completed his MSc in electronic science under affiliated to Savitribai Pune University in April 2017. Another student in July 2000. Therefore, I am having their thesis. I am having the certificate duly signed by internal examiner, external examiner, student signature, and I am having the passing certificate of that student. I am having the mark sheet of that student, and I have shown all that details. Then only I have got this claim. I have claimed this course 223. So if you are the PG teachers, if you are guiding your students, please maintain the record. At the after the project examination, after the viva of that project, you told your student to prepare one more project report for you as a guide and keep that duly signed record with you. And after completion of degree of that student, please get his or her marks, xerox copy of mark sheet and passing certificate. That passing certificate, that mark sheet and that thesis is the evidence, is the proof that you have guided the PG dissertation. Otherwise, if you don't have any certificates, if you don't have any documentary evidence, then you will not get points under this criteria. Then research projects completed. Yes, I have completed 2 projects. One is more than 10 lakh sanctioned by UGC of rupees 12 lakh 51,800 during that much period. So it is completed. I have the certificate given by UGC, completed certificate. So I have claimed the 10 marks. And then one another less than 10 lakh project. It is a minor research project sanctioned by, that time it was BCUD, right now it is a BOD, but in old nomenclature BCUD for 1 lakh rupees during this period. Again, I have having the completed certificate. So I have score is not mentioned here, but here it is mentioned, but I think it is shifted. So 5 score for that is given. Currently no ongoing projects are there, so nothing is mentioned here. No is there, nothing no patent, nothing is there, no policy document. I have done the number of consultancies especially for the major research projects and minor research within Nasik district. I'm having the certificates of given by that particular college principals that Dr. Arun Patil has rendered his consulting expertship towards the consulting research project for so and so teacher. But the API score verification committee requires some other things. So they have not given me the points of that consultancy. It has to be, but not given. Now the awards and fellowships I have claimed here. I had gone through the teacher fellowship sanctioned by UGC during that much period, so I have claimed the score. Yes, and it is valid. I have got the best paper presentation award in International Conference AMDP South Korea. So I have claimed the marks, and yes, I have got that marks. Yes. Then the conferences related work. So these are some international conferences abroad, Italy, Thailand, then CMET Pune. For Italy, Thailand international conference, 7 is the course, but for CMET Pune within country, it is a 5 course. So it is international abroad, title of that paper and duration. So everything is clearly mentioned. One is from Jamia Millia, Delhi University, within internal Loyola College, Chennai, Nasik, Pandharpur, MSc College. So all that valid 5 scores are there. Then for national, 3 score is there for national, and for state level 2 score is there. See now, all the details are given, including Suresh Pagar, अहो सारखं डिस्टर्ब करतात
सर पगार सर पगार सर म्यूट करा
सारखं डिस्टर्ब करतात सर दुसऱ्या सर भांबळे सर तुम्ही म्यूट करा त्यांना त्यांची लँग्वेज पण प्रॉपर नाहीये
त्याच्यामध्ये ते पुन्हा अनम्यूट
सुरेश पगार दिसता का बघा इथे मी करतो इकडून कदाचित ते याला जॉईन असतील
एमपी पगार सर हॅलो सर एमपी पगार सर
ते कदाचित ते याला असतील युट्यूबला असतील त्याच्यामुळे
मांडवदरे सर
सर मी त्यांना फोन करून दिला सर फोन करून दिला ते बंद करतात ते फोन आपला
ओके देर आर सम research method here some mentions are that resource person for refresher course, resource person for 2 days conferences, state level conferences, national level conferences, some resource person for course. So everything is mentioned, and for university level the marks are claimed. Now see, this is very important. The total score of 5.B and 6. Total score of 5.B, that is and 6. It was 98. Now summary of the all total is 750.8. 30% of 750. How much it is? 30% of 750, because capping is there. It is 225. So I was allowed to get 225 scores is there, but my score is 98, so it is 100% as it is, because it doesn't exceed the capping limit. It is within the capping limit. But if it was 300, suppose it would have 300, then only 225 would be the admissible. For me, it is not considered because my score here it is 98. So as it is 98 is there. So all after 6, one sheet is prepared. Within that sheet, all that serial numbers are taken and the total is 750.8. I have gone through the assessment committee. In the assessment committee, some reports which I have mentioned here, some papers I have mentioned here, some conferences I have mentioned. That time that record was not with me. So my claim was 725 point something, and assessment committee has scrutinized my file and they have given me 701.2 score. So I have got the certificate from university of API score of 701.2. So which is useful for all the promotions to me. So I can present that for principalship's interview. I can present that for CAS of professorship's interview. So I have gone through with proper filing. I have maintained the record of all the papers I have attached, all the papers with home pages of that journals where the peer reviewed mark is there. In the home page, it is referred journal, it is peer reviewed journal, it has impact factor with Thomson Reuters. If it is indexing, then whether it is a Scopus indexing, whether Web of Science indexing, whether PubMed indexing or any other indexing, everything is as it is maintained with all the books record, front pages of that books, all the interview certificates, xerox copies of interview certificates, along with papers which I have presented there, the complete printout of that papers, everything is filed properly and presented in front of scrutiny. Scrutiny committee has gone through all the details and accordingly they have given me the points, and the total points they have given me 701.2. Okay, this was as a sample case for me. Then all format is very common, everyone can understand the format. So accordingly, you have to prepare your API score, your self-appraisal form with the proper filing, and then only if you are supposed to be eligible for getting the promotion in that respective categories, in that respective levels, then you can appear for CAS. So from my side, if any you require any documentation details, I can share you. You can note down my email ID. It is very simple. ARUPTL. It is a 6 letters only. ARU for Arun, not Arun, only ARU. And for Patil, it is a PTL. So aruptl@gmail.com. My cell number is 9604 828463. So you can call me, you can send me your requirements or any doubts on WhatsApp, on my email. I can share you whatever is with me. I can share this. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, sir. Pabri sir.
हाँ सर.
Hello.
Thank you.
हाँ सर. हो सर. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge about career advancement scheme. Your session was full of enthusiasm and valuable. Thank you so much. There are two questions, sir.
Yes.
The first one is...
Let me stop the screen sharing first.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
There is one question from Yogendra Singh Chauhan that he's asking that is there any difference in CAS policy state-wise?
Yes, it depends what amendment published by the state government. Basic 95% policies are common, means what are the minimum criteria are common. In some cases, the policy may differ. Like that in the GR published by UGC, it was mentioned that the those who are having not completed their refresher courses, it can be extended up to the 31st December 2018. It was given, it is mentioned in UGC's GR, but in Maharashtra government GR, it is clearly mentioned that no extension is given. No extension is given. So just like that, 2-3% policies may differ. 95% to 96% policies are common. Rather, service conditions, eligibility criteria are common everywhere. What another policy is changed by Maharashtra government is that The principals, already the principals are there. Principal appointed after 1st January 2016 are supposed to be in a professor cadre as per the UGC GR. But Maharashtra government has changed. Maharashtra government made the amendment that the principals appointed before 1st January 2016 are considered in academic level 14, and the principals after 1 month 2016 are transferred in 13A. This is a change made by Maharashtra government. In that way, there may be the difference.
Okay, sir, there is another question from Sandeep Pradhan. He is asking that for the first placement of librarian for the period 2014 to 20, which API or CAS form can I use?
So I have not gone through the librarian. I am having all the details. I can share you that GR and all that details. Right now, again, I have to go for a screen sharing and I have to show that. I have focused only on the teachers, basically. Your question is very good. I can share you through email.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, IIRS, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing.
Yes.
That I am having the coordinator of college level.
Okay.
So how many marks is allotted for the coordinator?
No, this is not. Is it a research institute?
Is it
Research institute, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. That is the outreach program.
But what is your role? If your role is guiding the student.
Yeah, I am the coordinator for that course.
Maybe, but under in coordinatorship, whether it comes that you are guiding the students, students are allotted to you like a PG dissertation, like a MPhil, like a PhD, then only you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Otherwise, as a coordinator, you can claim in self-appraisal, in activities. In administrative activities, you can claim there. If you are failed in that activity, and if you are having this, you can claim there, and you can get the satisfactory good, means to get the good gradation, to get the satisfactory gradation, you can claim there. But in API score, if you are guiding the students, only then you can claim, otherwise not.
Sir, one more
question.
Okay,
sir, thank you.
Sir, one more question. Sir, is it essential a 1 year gap between two refresher courses?
I think it is not essential, but if you failed providing the refresher certificate at the time of CAS presentation, and if you completed the refresher course afterward, means your eligibility criteria will be satisfied afterward, then your due date will be from where you have completed your criteria. That will be considered.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, there is another question from Lakshmi Shah, Karnataka. She is asking that can a teacher get promoted without involving in research related work?
No.
Okay, sir.
Because API score is a mandatory for promotion. That is what I have shown in the table. What are the minimum requirements? 20 per assessment period for first level, 50 per assessment period for second level, 45 for associate professorship, and 110 for professorship. It is a mandatory.
Okay, sir. And so there is another question from Sambhaji Valley, sir.
Yes.
He is asking that शैक्षणिक लेवल 12 मधून 13 अ लेवल साठी ग्रंथपालांना PhD आवश्यक आहे का?
आहे. आवश्यक आहे.
ओके.
PhD हे सगळीकडे कंपल्सरी केलं. 13A आणि 14 साठी कोणीही त्याच्यातनं एक्झम्प्टेड नाही. फिजिकल डायरेक्टर नाही, लायब्ररियन नाही, कोणीच एक्झम्प्टेड नाही. सगळ्यांना कंपल्सरी आहे.
There is another question from Dr. Omkar Vaidya. He is asking, respected sir, I have one question regarding promotion from assistant professor to associate professor in engineering section. For promotion of incumbents, there is average 360 feedback score is mentioned. How we will get format for that?
This is, I think, AICTE related format is there. If you just go through AICTE, if format is available, or I will check. You send me your email ID. I can share you. but it is AICTE related issue is there.
Again, there is a question from Dr. K.V. Surendran. He's asking that is PhD mandatory for associate professor?
Yes, it is a mandatory. As per the 7th pay, it is a mandatory. Everywhere, this policy is common for all the states. Without PhD, you will not be promoted in associate professorship. You have to obtain the PhD. You have to register and complete your PhD. Then only you will be eligible.
Okay.
And
Thank you, sir.
जहाँ से PhD complete किया, वहाँ से ही आपको associateship का दर्जा मिलेगा. Though you have completed lot many years in the previous academic level.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And thank you, dear participants, for your active participation. May I now request all the lovely participants that the feedback link is available now. Please fill up that link for your e-certificates. May I now kindly request to the principal of our college, Dr. R.P. Bhamre, for presidential address. Over to sir, Bhamre sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. स्वातंत्र्य पूर्व काल में बहुजन वंचित विजय जी ने महात्मा गांधी विद्या मंदिर और राष्ट्रीय सेवा समिति दो शिक्षण संस्थाओं की स्थापना की। बहुजन हिताय बहुजन सुखाय ये मूल मंत्र सामने रखे बहुजनों का
मिस्टर अंबादास बात्रे प्लीज माइक म्यूट कराना
साहेब भिड़े जी को
अंबादास
ओके सर ओके सर 1 मिनट
अंबादास बात्रे हाँ यस ओके भामरे सर बोला
myself principal Dr. R.P. Bhamre. Today our college organized academic research committee organized national webinar on UGC's career advancement scheme for faculty. Today's chief guest honorable principal Dr. B. Jagdale sir, trustee Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. Today's resource person Principal Arun Patil sir from Surgana College. सभी participants, principal, vice principals, faculty members, आपका तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूँ और पार्टिसिपेट आपने किया है इसलिए ऋण भी व्यक्त करता हूँ। प्रशासन की ओर से स्वागत करता हूँ। नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून one and all. CAS, according to my knowledge, CAS scheme UGC introduced 2008, University of Pune accepted 2010, and Government of Maharashtra released GR 2011. The last 10 years, higher education stream discuss about API, CAS, ISSN, ISBN, impact factor, keeping, textbook, reference book, e-content, study material, university recognized journal, UGC listed journal. पिछले 10 साल से उच्च शिक्षण संस्थाओं में एपीआई के लिए, रिसर्च के लिए, पब्लिकेशंस के बारे में बहुत सारी जागृति हुई है। हर एक फैकल्टी एपीआई बढ़ाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं। एपीआई से, कैश से सैलरी का प्रमोशन होता है, ग्रेडिंग चेंज होता है। इसलिए एक एपीआई बढ़ाने का कल्चर शिक्षण संस्थाओं में, महाविद्यालयों में शुरू हुआ है। CAS मीन्स कंटिन्यूअस असेसमेंट ऑफ फैकल्टी, यानी कॉलेज एंड यूनिवर्सिटी टीचर्स। I suggest you, all faculty members, I suggest you update your resume day to day, time to time. अगर आपने आपका रेज्यूमे अपडेट किया और टाइम टू टाइम IQSC कॉलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को रिपोर्ट कर दिया तो CAS का काम बहुत सुलभ हो जाता है, इजी हो जाता है। लेकिन होता क्या है, 4 साल पहले पेपर पब्लिश हुआ था, वो पेपर नहीं मिल रहा है, वो बुक नहीं मिल रहा है। अपडेट रहना बहुत जरूरी है। इसीलिए मैं हर बार हर मीटिंग में मैं बात करता हूँ कि आपका रिज्यूमे बिल्कुल अपडेट रखो। और 10 साल से ये जो एपीआई का चल रहा है, इससे यूजीसी का तो एम बिल्कुल, म्हणजे एक्चुअली यूजीसी का एम क्लियरली ग्रोथ ऑफ फैकल्टी एंड इंस्टीट्यूशंस एज एकेडमिक लेवल पे डेवलपमेंट करने का है। इसीलिए सभी ने एकेडमिक एंड रिसर्च क्राइटेरिया नंबर 3, 10 साल से हमने भी यही विचार किया था। एक्चुअली व्यवहार में भी आ गया वो एपीआई। इससे बहुत लाभदायक बात तो ये हुई, बहुत सारे रिसर्च पेपर्स, जर्नल्स प्रकाशित होने लगे। 20 साल पहले मेरा सब्जेक्ट हिस्ट्री है, हिस्ट्री में 2 ही जर्नल रिपोर्टेड, अभी आज तो 100 हो गए। CAS, एपीआई, इससे फैकल्टी की भी इम्प्रूवमेंट हुई और रिकॉर्ड अपडेट होना भी शुरू हो गया है। आज का वेबिनार का एकेडमिक लेवल पे क्या फायदा है? डॉक्टर पाटिल सर ने बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव एंड एकेडमिकली आप सबको प्रमोट किया है, कुछ सलाह भी दिया है, आपकी खुद की केस आपके सामने प्रेजेंट की है। एपीआई का ये प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज आपको दिया है। प्रशासन की ओर से तहे दिल से मैं सर आपका आभारी हूँ। वेबिनार के माध्यम से महाराष्ट्र और महाराष्ट्र स्टेट के बाहर के बहुत सारे प्राध्यापक से बात करने का, उनसे ऑनलाइन मिलने का मौका मिल गया। बहुत खुशी की बात है। 10 साल से CAS के बारे में यूजीसी टाइम टू टाइम नॉर्म्स चेंज करती रहती है। 5 साल पहले एक जर्नल यूजीसी लिस्टेड था, अभी वो नहीं है। लेकिन जब वो यूजीसी लिस्टेड था, उसका अगर रिकॉर्ड आपके पास है, अपडेट करके रखा है, तो आपको निश्चित उनका भी लाभ हो सकता है। 2 घंटे एपीआई का CAS के बारे में बहुत अच्छा कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन हुआ। ऑनलाइन वेबिनार में कुछ दिक्कतें आती है, कुछ डिस्टरबेंस भी होता है, लेकिन कोविड-19 के इस सिचुएशन में वेबिनार ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, टीचर को जोड़ने का काम किया है और और नॉलेज अपडेट करने का काम किया है। एपीआई तो बढ़ना भी चाहिए, लेकिन कोविड-19 सिचुएशन के काल में, इस महामारी के काल में लाइव परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर भी सुरक्षित रखना बहुत जरूरी है। आपको सभी को इस महामारी के काल में शांतता, स्वस्थता मिलने के लिए ईश्वर से दुआ मांगता हूँ। और ये 2 घंटे का माहौल समापन करने का वक्त हो गया है। मेरा अध्यक्षीय मंतव्य को मैं विराम देता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत। धन्यवाद।
Thank
Patil
you,
madam.
sir. Yes. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thought-provoking ideas and knowledge. You are always our supporter. Thanks a lot. पाटील सर, सांगायचं आहे या ठिकाणी की खूप सारे विचार या ठिकाणी लोकांनी मांडलेले आहेत. त्यांना लेक्चर आवडले. या संदर्भात त्यांनी खूप साऱ्या त्यांची मतं या ठिकाणी मांडलेली आहेत. Now we are at the end of the webinar. This webinar was made possible by many hands, hearts, and minds working together. To express a word of appreciation and gratitude, we have with us my colleague, Dr. Dhanraj Dhangar, member of ARC committee, who would propose the vote of thanks here. Dr. Dhanraj Dhangar, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion of the national webinar on UGC's Career Advancement Scheme of our college, Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir Arts, Science and Commerce, Harsul. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and took out valuable time of your busy schedule. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for today's resource person, Honorable Principal Dr.
Dhangar sir. Dhangar sir. Dhangar sir, I think you have some net problem.
इंटरनेट रेंजचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे का?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible. Yes.
I am very thankful to Principal Dr. Arun Patil sir, today's resource persons, for his valuable and informative speech. Also, I would like to extend a special thanks to our chief guest, Principal Dr. B.S. Jagdade, Trustee Mahatma Gandhi Vidya Mandir. Sir, always motivate us, encourage us, and guide us. I also wish to express my gratitude to our Principal Dr. R.P. Bhamre sir for providing encouragement and support to organize such programs. I also wish to express my gratitude to our Vice Principal Dr. M.P. Pagar sir and Academic Supervisor Mandavdare sir for their technical support to conduct this online webinar. I am very grateful to Dr. Poonam Borse madam, coordinator of today's webinar, for her enthusiastic presence and the introduce such a great resource person. I am also thankful to Dr. Rajni Patil madam for her fruitful anchoring. I am also extend my vote of thanks to teaching and non-teaching staff of our college. They always support us. And last but not least, I am very grateful to all of you as the audience. Your great presence really encourages us to organize such events. Thanks very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of the institution, we sincerely thank the dignitaries who are joining our webinars from Karnataka, Bhopal, West Bengal, and different places from all over India. I'm really thankful. Nagaland. Yes. Because of your support and your participation, the webinar is successful. I feel so. Thank you one and all for your active participation in this webinar. Thanks a lot.
Sir, truly you are give the very valuable information about the CAS now. And so many feedbacks is received now. So these webinar is very much successful. One of the participant is asked from the Philippines. So these webinar is very much give the very much valuable information about the CAS and career development. Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot of.
Thank you सगळ्यांना सगळ्यांचे आभार.
Thank you, Patil sir. Thank you.
Patil sir, thank you.
Thank you, Amrit sir. बोरसे मॅडम माईक अनम्यूट करा.
हो. थँक्यू सो मच सर.
तुम्हाला खूप टेन्शन होतं, छान झालं का? बरं झालं ना?
हो सर, थँक्यू.
हो सर, खूप टेन्शन होतं. टेन्शन फ्री झालो आणि सर्व आमच्या डिफिकल्टीज आहेत, जे क्वेश्चन्स होते ते सगळे सॉल्व्ह झाले सर. क्लिअर झाले.
हा सर.
मॅडम सुंदर झालं, मस्त झालं कार्यक्रम. छान चांगलं झालं.
तुम्हाला काही डिटेल माहिती असेल तर माझा नंबर शेअर करा.
हो सर, त्यांना लिंक हवी आहे. लिंक तुमचा मेल आयडी हवा आहे सगळ्यांना.
मी ईमेल आयडी दिलेला आहे, बोललोय, पण पाहिजे तर
चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये सुद्धा आपण टाकू शकू आणि ग्रुप मध्ये पण टाकू शकू.
पण आता चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये टाकतो मी, माझा ईमेल आयडी टाकतोय मी.
हो सर.
ARUPPL@gmail.com आणि माझा नंबर पण 9604828463 म्हणजे तो व्हॉट्सअपचा नंबर आहे माझा. बीडी पगार जॉईन झालेले दिसत आहेत मला. बीडी पगार
आहेत जॉईन आहेत.
पाटील सर सुरुवातीपासून ऐकतोय.
नाही ते म्हटलं तुम्ही ऐकताय मला.
नाही सुरुवातीपासून स्टार्ट पासून.
हा ना, ते म्हटलं इथे काही दिसत नाही बीडी पगार. आता एवढं आवाज
सर बंद करू का?
हो मला
हो सर.
पाटील सर.
हो